Good evening, this is Omar Maldonado here once again with another video 5 for General Inquiry and Analysis class. Today, this other part that we had to do was called deductive syllogisms or deductive arguments. Now, there were 10 different forms of this in which we went over how we can deduce an argument or how we can break it down. They used a lot of symbols. One of the symbols they used was the tilde, meaning that it was not this, or it was three dots shaped in the form of a triangle to symbolize therefore. So what they would do is that they would give us an argument, and by doing so, they broke down the argument to show different things. They would break it down so that it was in symbols. They'd say A was equal to the number 1, B was equal to number 2, and then C was equal to number 3. Doing this, I believe that in doing so, we can see the different strategies in an argument, how we can see these different things and analyze them and break them down. A lot of the things that were given in class or even on a test or that pretest that we were given had a lot to do with this. So that if we're able to break down the arguments and deduce them by symbolism, we're more able to evaluate them and understand what it is. Then they also gave an example of disjunctive syllogism that have an either-or premise. For example, they said either I will go to class or I will go surfing, given an A or B argument, saying, well, if this is what I did, then I didn't do this. So if I went to class, then I didn't go surfing, or if I went surfing, I didn't go to class. This type of argument allows us to see clearly what it is that happened. Based on the premises that were given, we were able to draw on a conclusion. And based on that conclusion, we can say, well, then the premise is true. After that, they gave us some other arguments or ways to break down an argument. For example, Barbara. All A are B, all B are C, so therefore all A are C. Meaning that they'll give us, I guess, almost a comparison. The ones they use is that all Howleys are human, all humans are mortal, therefore all Howleys are mortal. So it combines the first two statements, A and B, to create a C, which would be the conclusion or answer to whatever it is the argument is. Then after that, they also came up with a couple of others. The next one they came up was with Dari, I believe. And Dari is similar in idea of what Barbara is. So Dari is all A is B, so whatever the first statement is B. Some A is C, and then some B is C. So the wording there changed a little bit. So they say all guava are fruits. Some guava are delicious. So therefore some fruits are delicious, is the way they broke that down. And the two other ones they gave was the celerant, which is no A are B, all C are A, no C are B. So again, the wording there changed. It's using a different form of comparison. So one they gave is no mortals are perfect, all teachers are mortals, no teachers are perfect. Then the final one they gave was ferio. It says no A are B, some C is A, some C is not B. So again, the wording in this changed one more time. No politicians are honest, some Mormons are politicians, some Mormons are not honest. So what all these do is that it's different ways of drawing a conclusion. They'll use the first two premises in order to come to a conclusion. So what I learned from this is that there are different ways to evaluate a statement or an argument in order to come to a different conclusion, and there are different conclusions that can be drawn based on the premises.